What's up, YouTube subscribers? And we're back. Episode 2 of this book, He's Lying, Sis, Uncovering the Truth Behind His Words and Action by Stephan. That's his name. That's who he is. We have been going over this book. And so this is episode 2. Go back and watch episode 1, where I deal with him and what this book is really about. The goal for this book is to be able to bring awareness about relationships, also acceptance, being able to activate. This book is going to activate you. And I'm going to be giving my principles. As I stated in the last video, if you don't know me, my name is Tonya Harden, aka Pastor T of the New Destiny Fellowship Church, and my goal is to be able to allow women to see themselves through God's eyes. What better way than to grab a book like this for my single ladies, because I have not been single, but I decided to get some content, which is this book, to be able to share with you, as well as some principles that I learned throughout the book. So here we go. Let's deep dive in. The chapter that we're going to be talking about is he doesn't want a girlfriend, but he acts like a boyfriend. He doesn't want a girlfriend, but he acts like a boyfriend. And what he deals with in this book is so amazing to me. He talks about how this particular girl was with this guy, and why. And I'm not going to give every chapter of this book. So if you're watching Mr. Stephan, I'm not going to share all of the book, because I don't want to give away too much. But if you don't, you can go anywhere to purchase his book. I'm pretty sure Amazon, Facebook, wherever, you're able to purchase his book. But one of the things, as I was reading this chapter, he was talking about this particular girl that was with this guy, and they had been together. They kicked it off really, really good. They had been together for a year. And while being together for a year, you know, the guy never put a stamp on what this really is. As I stated in the last video, it was a complicated relationship, meaning we don't have to really put a name on it. We just kicking it. We're cool. We kicking it, right? And so that's what he's talking about in this book. And he's dealing with the fact that, you know, a couple of things that I was able to pull out the book is being able to understand our identity. When you are in a relationship, you know, you get in this relationship and you're in this relationship for a long time, but it's really not a relationship, because you may have asked him the question, what are we doing? Or is this a relationship? Are we together? Are we boyfriend and girlfriend, or whatever the case may be? Or am I your woman? Whatever. And he has no answer, or he's like, you know, you're making it complicated, or let's just flow with it. And he talks about that in the book. Let's just flow with where we're going, get to know each other. But he's buying you gifts. He's showing up for the family reunion. He's showing up for Thanksgiving. He's showing up for Christmas. And he's buying you gifts all during the holidays. But for some reason, there is no what this is. We're just talking. We're just kicking it. You know, you don't know exactly. And what happens is when we get in those type of relationships, we end up I hate to keep calling it a relationship, because that's not what it is. When we get in those type of complicated situations, we end up losing our identity, because now you feel like that you're not worth it, a relationship. You feel like, well, and maybe he's bringing up these statements, and he talks about that in the book. Maybe he's bringing up these statements and deflating the fact of what this really is, and making you think you're crazy because he won't say what this is. And later on, he talks about how the girl later on found out that he had a whole nother relationship, that he told this girl that we are in a relationship and we are kicking it. And basically she was marriage material, but she wasn't. The first girl he was with, but the second girl he was with, that was his girl. That he let her know we in a relationship, but this girl, you're just kicking it. Why are we allowing ourselves to be the side chick or the side piece? And let me pause and part, because maybe you didn't know you were the side piece and you didn't know you were the side chick. But how do we allow a man to be with us and not put us in a category of who we are to them? Because number one, we allow them to take our identity away. They steal our identity. Identity theft is what I call it. They steal your identity spiritually, mentally, physically. They steal your identity, especially when you give up the goods and you give them the benefits of being in a relationship. And now because he has those benefits. He may be staying with you all night. He may be living in your house with you. Whatever the case may be, we've given you these benefits, and now I'm stuck. Again, this is not to degrade men. This is not to make men think that, they're less than. This is to allow that woman to know that you are more than just being his complicated situation. Okay? So identity theft, to me, and when I was reading this, I was like, man, it's like somebody taking your identity away. Like, you lose who you are. You start thinking, maybe I'm not worth it, a relationship, and you just decide to settle, in this complicated situation. You decide to settle in that. Or he doesn't take your feelings seriously. You start losing your identity because now I really think I'm crazy because I really feel like that this is not official, and you're making me think that this is what we're supposed to just flow with, right? He talks about that in the book. Are you waiting? Are you on the waiting list because he's just flowing? You're just waiting to see, well, we've been here together for 4 months. He's buying me the gifts. He's doing what he's supposed to do. And it's cool. I'll just accept this. Have you gotten to a point to where you just accept whatever he allows to happen and you're just going with the flow? Are you that woman? Are you taking the fact that, if you are saying that this is a problem and he come back and he deflate what you're saying and he makes you feel, and he talks about that, how this particular person was, the girl called and talked to him, and the girl told him, look, it's like he makes it seem like that I'm wrong for wanting this relationship, or I'm wrong for wanting this to happen, but he's showing me all the signs of being a boyfriend. Not only when I looked at this particular chapter, I also noticed not just identity theft, but I noticed this thing. You got to ask yourself, how important are my feelings? Am I just giving, and he's just taking? Oh, he talks about that in the book. Am I just giving, and he's just taking, but I'm not receiving anything? Those are your feelings. And after a while, that's what I call a dysfunctional relationship, because I give you all of me and you don't get, that's intimacy, not sexually. But if I'm into you, you are into me, we're into each other. But if I'm just into you and I'm giving, and you're taking, and you're not giving me anything back, and I'm not talking about presents, I'm talking about giving me something back to let me know that this is official. And if it's not, oh, sugar. Okay. The next thing I thought about when I was reading this book is that about settling. He talked about how this girl just decided, well, we've been together for a year, and so I'm really okay with that. And maybe there's a man out there that said, you know what? She keep asking me and she be begging me. And he talks about that in the book. She keep asking and she keep begging me and she keep talking about it. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and settle. This is one of the things that he says. He says, if he's willing, let's go back to the feelings. If he's willing to, if he's unwilling to embrace how you feel, it's not a real relationship. It's just you giving, and not taking. The next thing he says is that if he's deflating the moment to simply take the spotlight off of himself and not take any responsibility of his part in the situation, you may be in something that's not really real. Okay? You may be something that's not really real, or you may have gotten to a point to where you just settle. And this is what he says about settling. My next thing I wanted to deal with was about settling. Well, I'm ready to settle down now. She's been here, so let me go ahead and make her the one. And maybe he just said, I'm tired of her asking. I'm tired of her talking about it. I'm going to just go ahead and let her be the one. Can I tell you this, sis? If he's settling and he decide to ask you to marry him, and he's settling because you kept asking. I told you, a man that findeth a wife find a good thing and finds favor. If he's coming to you and he's asking you, but you started off asking, maybe you need to do a self-check, because maybe he settled. And sometimes most men that settle will cheat. Sometimes most men that settle will cheat. And then there's sometimes that some men will get with you. There's so many marriage counselings that my husband and I have done to where they got together, they were married, and they came to us because they were already married. And here's the thing, is that we know immediately that this person settled with this person, but they fell in love with them. They fell in love with their character. They fell in love with who this person is. So it can't happen where they fall in love. But there are times that we've sat with people, but they weren't in love, but they were just settling, and he was just disgusted with her and really didn't like her because she's not what he thought she was after he said I do, or before. Either one. You got to know that, are you settling? You know, are you allowing this to be the case? Are you ready to just settle, or are you ready? Are you to a point to where you just, I'm over it and I need to settle down with somebody, so let it just be him, even though he don't treat me right, even though he don't, you know, he's taking everything from me, all of my energy, all of my time, all of my benefits, but he doesn't give me anything in return. So I'm just gonna go ahead and settle because he settled. No, sis, you were not designed for that. You were designed to be loved, unconditionally loved, because you were designed by God to be the present and the apple to his eye, for real. See, what I'm learning about relationships, I'm learning this. I'm a pause and park, and this is me, not him. Okay? I'm a pause and park because I realize that there are so many pictures on Facebook, and there's so many pictures on social media that people are showing this amazing picture of their relationship, but after that picture, they're just showing that moment and not really showing the fact that you're really not good to each other. Y'all just cheated, or he just cheated on you. And this is marriages. This is people that are just in a relationship, and they're allowing people to think that real is fake. And so many people are getting caught up in these pictures or these long messages on social media of how great he is, but she's not really giving you the real true him, or he's not really giving, most of the time it's she's not really giving the real true identity of the relationship. And so now you find yourself looking at them and thinking that this is what it's supposed to look like, and real start looking fake, and we accept fake and don't even know when we do see real relationships, real people that are in love, real people that are trying to walk this thing out. We have some issues here and there, but we're trying to be faithful to each other. We're trying to make sure we love on each other. Yeah, he make me sick when he don't pick up his clothes on the side of the bed, but I still love him though. Yeah, he make me sick when he don't listen to me talking to myself. Yeah, he make me sick when he drive too fast, you know, and he cutting people off, but I still love him though. You know, those different kind of issues. But when he's cheating and he's knocking you upside the head, but you got this beautiful picture on Facebook, that's what I call fake looking real. And when you do see real, you don't believe it. Oh, come here. Okay, that's not what this book is about. So don't settle. The next thing I want to deal with that he talks about is in this book is the bottom line is in this topic, in this chapter that he's talking about, he doesn't want a girlfriend, but he acts like a boyfriend. This is what I want to tell you, and this is what he talks about in the book, is that we got to stop now. Can I encourage you? Beautiful queen, beautiful princess, beautiful gift that was created by God, to stop now. Stop. Oh, let me find it. I want to tell you what he said. He said, stop engaging and giving him benefits of having a girlfriend. Stop rewarding if he is unwilling to give you the security that you need. Then he says, stop making it easy for him. Oh, come here. Stop making it easy for him to be with you. And this is what I got. What do you mean? I remember getting with my husband, and I told my husband, look, I'm not doing the do. I'm not having sex. I want to be married. I'm marriage material. I'm not going through no relationship with you. So we just gonna be kicking it. We not we the boyfriend and girlfriend. I done got too grown, and at the time I was like 20, okay? But I was over it. By that time, when we started talking again, I was over deadbeats. I was over dealing with dudes that did not value who I was. I didn't even know who I was, but I knew that I was worth more than this out here in these streets. And you just treating me like I'm nothing, and you're treating me like I'm gum on the bottom of your shoe. I knew that. And I got fed up. So this is what I'm telling you, is that don't make it easy. I did not make it easy for him. I told him, look, and he asked me to marry him, but I didn't think he was serious. That's a whole nother subject. It's in my book, Marriage Survival Guide, shameless plug. Yeah, but I realized this, that you're not going to treat me any kind of way, and you're not going to talk to me any kind of way. and you're not gonna, I had some standards. Come on, scripture. We must lift up a standard against the enemy. I had some standards that I will not do. Not too bad, but I didn't make it easy for him. And so you gotta stop. We gotta stop. I'm in here with you together, girl. We rocking out together. We gotta stop making it easy. Then he says, we gotta stop being so convenient for him. I remember my husband calling me. When I thought about this, I said, oh my God. I remember when my husband called me, this was before we got married, before he asked me to marry him. I didn't make it so convenient. I would pick up the phone and have another dude on the side of me while he's sitting right there and saying, hey, I can't talk to you right now because I'm in the, I'm talking, I got company right now. And it was like, what? You don't just answer my calls? Because see, I got tired of doing that with other dudes. Every time you call, I'm answering. This was before the cell phones and all that was, they were calling the phone. But see how long ago that was? Pray for me. But I'm still coming here to right now. I'm not answering every text. Come here. Every time you text me, I'm going to keep you on red, as my kids would say. I'm going to keep you on, I'm not answering that. Oh, you text me this time, I'm not answering you. I'll answer you 3-4 days from now. I'm not going to stop making it so convenient to where you're rushing after him. Oh, can I pause and park right here and tell you that God is a jealous God? Anytime, the Bible says that. Anytime we put anything or anybody before God, God will snatch it from us. So first we got to learn to love ourselves and love God before we can allow a man to come into our life and take over the space of God. God ain't going to have it and God ain't going to allow it. So if you're already doing that, I'm sorry, that's the preacher side of me. If you're already doing that, I'm going to tell you right now, pause, stop, wait a minute, start over and start seeking God in prayer so that you can build that relationship with him so that you would know your identity before you start getting with the man. Okay, back to the book. Stop allowing him to make withdrawals without demanding that he makes deposits back into you. Oh, say it, Stephen. Stop allowing him to make withdrawals without demanding that he makes deposits back in you. My husband and I have a saying, he always say, hey, I always make sure I keep the vending machine filled, and that he's always making deposits in the vending machine, because you can't just go and snatch something out the vending machine without making deposits. And so we always talk about how, hey, I made a deposit, babe, I need you to give it up. I done. Okay, anyway, okay, let's go back to the book. Here we go. So after reading that, it was like, oh my God, there's some principles that I really, really got out of this book. Is that why do we need to stop? When he said stop, I wanted to tell you why we as women need to stop. Now, these are principles that I'm going to give you. Why do we need to stop? Because number one, as I told you on yesterday, you are God's gift. You are God's gift. You got to know who you are. And if you do not know who you are, you got to be able to speak those things to be not as though they were. If I don't feel like, well, if I have been a thought out here in these streets, hello and amen wall. Listen, if I have been a thought out here and I'm just sleeping with every Tom and I'm having sex with everybody and I'm just giving up and I'm soul tying with people, which is a whole nother subject that I don't have time to go into, but I will talk about it one day, that I'm connecting all these bodies to me. That's what the kids call it now. I got all these bodies connected to me. Okay, you can pause and park right here and remind yourself, I'm not designed to just lay up with some dude that is not going to deposit anything into me. But what I am designed for, I'm designed to be a wife. I'm created in his image to be a wife, because I'm reminded of the scripture in John 15 where he says that he chose me, that I didn't choose him, meaning that God chose me, but I didn't choose him. So God, if you chose me, I'm going to make a decision in my mind to make sure that I remember that I'm your gift. I'm going to make a decision in my mind to remember that you said in your word that a man that findeth a wife find a good thing and he finds favor with the Lord. If you're married, you already heard this, you already seen this on my live, but he's finding favor with the Lord. So God, because I know I'm your gift, because you made sure in your word that you said that a woman is like the weaker vessel, and it's the man's job to make sure, come on, Peter, it's the man's job to make sure that he treats me as such, as rubies, as diamonds, that I'm treated as such, because I am God's gift. Tell yourself that right now. I'm God's gift. I am God's gift. You are God's gift, and you should be treated like a jewel. You should be treated like a diamond. You shouldn't have no man that's talking out the side of his neck to you, out the side of his head, head, calling you all kind of B's, using red words. If you saw my live, you already know what I'm talking about. Using words that are degrading you, using words that are coming against you, using words that you know your mama and your daddy would not use with you, because they understand that you are a gift. So if your mom and dad understand you're a gift, you need that man to understand it too, bro. I'm a gift. When you get me, you get purpose. When you get me, you get value. When you get me, what I have in me and what God has built in me, you got to get bold about it. What God has built in me, has designed me to be, baby, if you get connected to me, that baby, wealth and riches are in your house when you get connected to me, because I'm God's favorite. Okay, number 2, not only you are God's favorite, but you are God's prized possession. I'm God's prized possession. I'm God's favorite. I'm God's chosen. And because I'm God's chosen, I am designed to be with a man that's going to love me like he loves God. I'm designed to be with a man, come here, that loves me like he loves the church. I need you to love me like you would love God. I need you to love me the same way, because I'm God's gift and I'm his prized possession. Number 3, I'm worth the wait. Come here. You're worth the wait. Oh, I'm almost done. You're worth the wait. I'm worth you waiting on me. I'm worth, because when you wait on me and I wait on God and we wait on God together, when we do say I do, chilly, bang. I'm worth the wait. I'm worth the wait. I'm worth the wait. I'm worth the wait because I took the time to make sure, I took the time to make sure that I valued who I am. Not only that, I took the time to pray about it. Not that God would take the taste from my mouth of having, making love to anybody, but God, that you would allow my bedroom to be undefiled, but most of all, allow my bedroom to be everything that my husband would love and want. And as we grow together, our sex life will grow. We're going to grow together. Okay, you're worth the wait. Number 4, and lastly, you're worth being married to. Oh, you are marriage material. That's what I said. You are marriage material. Yes, you are. You're a marriage material. And if you feel like, okay, I don't really want to be married, no problem. You are marriage material to God, meaning that stay married to God, stay connected to God, stay in the vein of God. Make sure that you allow God to be able to speak to you, speak to your heart and all that great stuff. But maybe, hey, I am marriage material. Hey, I'm going to allow my guilty conscience and my convictions to be able to convert me. We want to make sure that we allow our guilty conscience and our moment of conviction to convert us, to make sure that we don't allow a man to just treat us any kind of way, because we're God's gift. And because we realize and we are aware that, bro, you lying. I'm not finna stick into this no more. I'm done. Let me know. I'm not going to say I'm going to wait on you, but I'm moving on because I know my worth and I know who I am. Listen, until tomorrow. Tomorrow, we'll be discussing, I'll let you know, you'll find out on tomorrow what we're going to be discussing tomorrow. Hey, leave your comments. Leave your dialogue with me. What did you think about this video? But most of all, like, share, click the notification and all that great stuff. Until tomorrow, episode 3, we're going to continue this book, He's Lying Sis. Uncovering the Truth Behind His Words in Action by Stephan. Listen, we're going to continue it. Until then, stay blessed in all that you do. I can't wait to rock out with you tomorrow on this YouTube page. Stay blessed. Love you much.